Setting up an input display on Switch might seem to be impossible, as you'd have to intercept the input to the software while still sending them to the Switch. However, using Open Joystick Display by Kernel Zechs along with Nichole Mattera's OJDS-NX, it is possible. And in this video, I'll go over how to set it up and how to use it. OJDS can only be used on a modded Switch. If you want to check if your Switch can be modded, follow the written guide for help. There are guides for getting an input display without homebrew, but these require buying third-party adapters and using non-Switch controllers. I will still link these in the description for people without a modded Switch. Open Joystick Display works on x86 and x64 architectures, and you need to know what your computer is to download OJD. You also need your Switch's IP address further in. On Windows, open the settings and head to System. Scroll down to About and you'll see your architecture under System Type. On Linux, open a terminal and run lscpu. You'll see the architecture as the first line, x86-64 being 64-bit and i6-86 as 32-bit. lscpu comes pre-installed on most distros, however if you don't have it, install it using the commands on screen for your distro. If it's not listed, try searching for it in your own package manager. On Mac, open a terminal and run uname-p. Now on your Switch, open System Settings and scroll down to the Internet tab. Keep your IP address in mind as you'll need it later. Download OJD from this link. Download the exe or deb file if you want to install it, but the portable version is in a zip or tar.gz. The project's been discontinued, however it still works on the latest Atmosphere version. To be able to use OJD, we need OJDS-NX or the display server. Open the OJDS-NX folder in the Google Drive and download it. Extract the OJDS-NX zip that you downloaded and drag the Atmosphere folder to your SD card. If it asks you to merge the folders, be sure to do so. And if you used FTPD to transfer, make sure to restart your Switch into custom firmware for the sys module to start running. If you want to install OJD, run the exe on Windows or install the deb file on Debian-based distros. If you downloaded the portable version, then on Windows extract the archive and open the exe. On Linux, you can open the app image or run an executable in the tar.gz. When you open the app, you'll be greeted with this screen. For the input display to work, you'll have to change 3 things. First, change your theme to Nintendo Switch. Then, change your profile mapping to Nintendo Switch Hacked, and set the profile input driver to Network. Right underneath, change the IP address to the one displayed on your Switch. Hit reconnect, wait a few seconds, and the input display should be working. If not, try restarting the app. Streaming might stutter if you have a slow computer or bad connection, but otherwise quality should be excellent. Because OJDS-NX only reads the inputs and sends them to your PC, there should be no input lag on your Switch. By default, you'll have a black background with a gray Pro controller. You might want Joy-Cons instead, or you want to change the background to be chroma keyable, as currently with the dark background it will be hard to implement. Luckily, there are built-in ways to do both. To change your controller, you can select the style and change it to whatever you'd like. And then to change the background, change the hex color code to a chroma keyable color, like green or blue. Once done, press escape to enter broadcast mode. Now in recording software like OBS, add the window and the chroma key filter to it. Thanks for watching. Please like the video and subscribe to see future modding tutorials. Leave a comment or join my Discord if you have an issue and I'll do my best to respond. My website has this video and future ones that aren't in video form completed, so if you'd rather read something now instead of waiting for the video, go ahead.